Are you a CEO who is tired of spending your time putting out fires, babysitting leaders who compete for your attention, or sitting in unproductive meetings instead of solving big problems and creating new ideas? If you are ready to upgrade to a culture of accountability, productivity, and rapid results in less time with fewer meetings, I can help. Hi, I'm Margie Oleson. I'm a leadership and team development expert and coach and have dedicated the last 20 years to helping leaders and teams improve performance. In his book, Traction, Wickman tells us that as goes the leadership team, so goes the company. The success of you with your top team has the greatest impact on success for your organization. In a few minutes, I'll share with you how to build a cohesive top team that works well together and gets results, freeing up time to accelerate your goals. There are 4 systems you must put in place to transform your top team into high performers. The first system is teamwork. The most obvious pain I see when I work with companies is a lack of cohesion among the top team. When leaders are not a cohesive team, they feel frustrated, gossip, and blame, and come to you for problem solving instead of collaborating and supporting each other. Without collaboration, team members compete for their own agendas and lead their teams in silos. In fact, 85% of employees blame a lack of collaboration as the top reason for workplace failures. We solve this by building a foundation of trust and ways of working together to create a high-performing organization. My combination of assessments, trust-building workshops, strategic offsites, together with coaching and constructive meeting observations, help you and your top team learn to trust one another, understand each other's challenges and needs, and develop team agreements for real collaboration. Just like when I worked with a global leadership team who had already been together for 9 months and were experiencing poor performance and low morale. When we took time away from the daily work to focus on building a cohesive team, they were shocked to find out how little they knew about each other or the work of their teams. Through my teamwork system, they quickly came together as a cohesive group. Productivity shot up, and they began to look forward to working together. This leadership group had shifted into high performance. A second challenge leaders come to me to solve is a lack of clarity and alignment among the top team for the priorities and how the work gets done. This shows up in everyone feeling stressed and burned out, working on too much at once, but in silos. They are not aligned on the goals or how decisions are made, and this results in having to solve the same problems over and over again, with teams essentially rowing in different directions. We solve this through my commitment system, in which leaders come together on the plan and schedule, align on how decisions are made, and agree on who should be working on what and by when. Top team members grow what I call team awareness and begin to feel confident that everyone is rowing in the same direction to achieve the critical goals. Just like when I coached a 4-person leadership team for a company-wide transformation, I could see that they had differing views of the purpose of the transformation or how the company would get there. So we worked on alignment, and they laughed, and they cried, surprised to discover that their views about the transformation were not the same. Once aligned, they moved quickly into better performance and heard positive feedback from their own teams about knowing what they should be working on to be successful. The next problem CEOs face is ineffective operations. They often don't have the right information at their fingertips to know how the work is going or to be able to hold teams accountable. And top team members blame each other for missed targets because they work in silos and don't have the same information about what is working or what is needed. The most common example of ineffective operations is unproductive meetings. Most organizations I consult with have a dismal track record with meeting effectiveness, complaining about way too many meetings and getting very little done in those meetings. This can impact your financial bottom line. In fact, a Forbes study cited poorly run meetings as a multi-billion-dollar problem in the U.S. We solve this through my accountability system, setting up CEOs and their top teams with effective operations that include a shared view of the important business processes, more effective onboarding and talent management, and better meetings. Just like when I consulted with a global leadership team who had been planning technology and process changes company-wide, they had beautiful presentations about how successful the company would be after the transformation, and I questioned how their operations would support those big changes. It is difficult to hold leaders accountable when there aren't operations in place to execute well. Once they agreed on the key business processes and how the work would be distributed to teams, and they improved their meetings significantly, morale and confidence went way up. The transformation program began to deliver results for the first time in over a year. And a final challenge we address with CEOs and their top teams is enabling those changes to stick when you improve teamwork and operations. You've probably hired consultants or offered HR workshops and training to help leaders and teams develop and change, but then everyone gets busy and distracted and old behaviors reappear. We solve this through my performance system, providing a structure and coaching for the top team to practice new behaviors and track what's working and what still needs attention. Improvements gain traction, and top teams experience high performance with confidence that they're positioned to continue and even grow success in the future. If you are ready to transform your top team into high performers and take your organization to the next level, then let's have a conversation. Click on the button below to schedule a call.